Hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk to you about strategies to teach English to children with learning disabilities. First of all, let's talk about the history behind the teaching children with disabilities. As you and I know, this time of problem has been really difficult, not only for parents but also for teachers, because uh, before they didn't know how to treat these kind of students or children. But nowadays, there are some ways or some advantages in order to teach and help these students with these special disabilities. For example, nowadays there are some teachers that has been prepared for this special education. The problem has been that sometimes they don't have the variety of strategies or the materials that they need or resources that they need in order to help these students. But why these students don't learn in the same way that as the other students do? Is because they are lazy or is because they are dumb? Of course not. These students with learning disabilities learn in a different way, but they learn at the end. So they just use different process in order to uh, get the information and in order to perceive the information and give the input and the output about the information that they perceive, but they learn. There are some signs or symptoms that we as teachers can observe in the class in order to identify these learning disabilities in students. And also at home, as parents, we need to know some symptoms that the children present if they have disabilities. For example, the most common are problems when listening, they cannot listen very well, problems with reading, problems with, when writing, and problems when they speak or recognize something. If they have the proper age, they don't have the abilities or the skills that they need to have in these aspects, there is a problem, and we need to observe it, and we need to take into account in order to help them as fast as we can. There are some signs and symptoms, for example, in a specific uh, learning or specific disabilities. We can mention some of them. There is the dyslexia, that it has to do with the reading. Students with dyslexia, they cannot read very well, or they read but they don't understand the word or the sentence or the paragraph according with their age or with their abilities of reading. They have big problems with this. The other problem is dysgraphia. In this case, dysgraphia has to do with the writing, not only with the physical writing, but also with the writing in a paper of the ideas. These students cannot write their ideas. They cannot organize their ideas. Next, there is the other problem that is dyscalculia. This is a disability that has to do with math. These children have a lot of problem with solving problems in math, with numbers, with telling the time, with counting money. They have problem when talking about math problems and numbers. There is another problem that is called aphasia or dysphagia. It has to do with comprehension or production. These children with aphasia or dysphagia, they cannot comprehend very well when they listen to someone. They answer questions um, in a slow way, and they cannot produce the language in the same way that other children that not suffer or they don't have disabilities do. So they need to be understood, and they need help in order to produce language and understand or comprehend something. Next problem or disability is dyspraxia. It has to do with the movement of the body. Children with dyspraxia when they are little kids, they have problem with the motor skills. For example, they have problem with coding or with writing. They cannot get the pencil properly. They cannot get the pens or the crayons. They have that problem, and they have the gross motor skill problem too. They cannot jump or run fast or move as fast as the other students or children do. Next disability is auditory and visual. These problems are really um, difficult because when the students have problem with listening, they can understand what the teacher or their parents are saying. So they need to be taken to the doctor in order to help them. And the visual problem also needs medical attention, and also the use of glasses in order to improve their visual skill or ability. And there are some other problems like autism and Asperger spectrum, and also the students who are hyperactive, that they need special attention because um, most of these students can be affected uh, in a great way. So most of these students have or present the other previously mentioned disabilities. And if it is in a low level, they are productive students. They learn slower, but they learn at the end. But if there is they present this spectrum in a high level, they need a really specialized um, learning process. In order to help these students, teachers must keep in mind that there is really importance to support these children's needs. For example, first of all, teachers must make a diagnosis of the students in the school in order to identify their needs or their disabilities. Also, students must adapt the curricula. They must provide different activities in order to help these students, because some of them learn by watching or by moving. Some others just learn by um, going through the nature and by doing things or observing. By other students learn by using realia and by listening to something. So the curriculum must be adapted to them. Teachers must take into account the strategy of teaching these students by steps. So the content must be planned in order to help them to learn in their way that they learn. So it's not giving them the whole information. No, it's providing them a little by little, and that way they learn. Also, students need a variety of activities. They need to see videos. They need to see colorful papers, and they need to do things. They need to practice with real life activities with realia. They need to be really, really um, really helped by the teachers, and the teachers must provide a variety of activities in order to help them. There is something really important, and it is the time of the tasks. These children need sometimes more time, and sometimes they need to be separated in order to help them to stay in a different place in order to take the exams, in order to don't have interruptions. There are also some other activities that they like. For example, recording themselves. Most of these students like to do that instead of presenting in the class because they get stressed or nervous sometimes. So a teacher must plan very well the activities. And always in the lesson plan must be option 1, option 2, option 3 for these students in order to help them. And as a conclusion, the curriculum must be flexible in order to, in every moment, they need different activities and the curriculum must be changed in order to have a successful learning process. So this is all for this class and for this video. I hope you learn a little bit more about learning disabilities when teaching. And we are going to meet you in the next video. Thank you for your attention.